So for the longest, I've been contemplating what my first video should be, and I think I should start it off by not lying to anyone, and I think this should be my official kind of like how I came out and how basically I was outed to the people. I wish I could have came out on my own. Um, People always ask me like what's the most difficult part about coming out, and I think it's losing the people you think you could trust the most. And a lot of times you never know what people's reactions are gonna be. And for me, honestly, it was easier to come out being in the military than it was back home to friends and family, I thought I could trust just because they meant so much to me. I knew I was gay since about high school, beginning of high school. I came out to a few friends and kind of just kept it that way. And I thought about coming out multiple times, but just the way my family reacted to certain people who were out kind of gave me that like sense of not wanting to. But I ended up coming out to my sister first, and then my birth mom, and then from there my little sister. And I kind of really didn't come out to anyone then on, just kind of like everyone suspected but really didn't say anything about it. One of the most important persons to me is my grandma, and I was outed to her by an uncle. I had a friend over, and my grandma was in the hospital at the time, and I had a friend over and we were watching movies. We weren't doing anything, but the door was closed. My sister came knocking, and I didn't answer the door right away because I thought she was messing with me, and so I opened the door. I was getting ready for work, and I had to take something to my grandma at the hospital. And my sister calls me on my way to the hospital because I had taken my grandma whatever she needed. I can't remember. And she calls me crying, and she goes, Mikey, she goes, our uncle just called our grandma telling her that you were having sex with a guy, and you guys locked yourselves in your room, and you guys were just going at it and disrespecting her house. And I didn't know how to react to that. I was just like, fuck, I'm pretty sure she suspected it, not the sex, but like me being gay. And I show up to the hospital, and she's there sitting on her bed crying. And I looked at her and I told her, I was like, Danny, being my sister, she called me and told me what our uncle said, and it's up to you to take it how you'd like, it is your house, and I understand, and give it. And the time I kind of gave her like the ultimatum. I was like, you could accept me for who I am, or you don't. I was like, I'm joining the military, and that'll just dictate on how often I'll be able to come home and feel comfortable coming home. And I ended up going to work, and that was like one of the hardest things I've had to do. Being out in the military was a little bit easier, because people are more accepting, I guess, from the different backgrounds. that everyone comes from, and I just found it a lot easier, a lot like accepted would be the word. I felt a lot more accepted for who I am, and no one questioned, and everyone was okay with it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's people that like still hold their opinions, but I'm no longer scared to say who I am and what I am. And I've learned to grow up and grow past feeling scared of people's opinions. And just recently, I went back home in March, and I guess that liquid courage came in because it was my 21st birthday. And I came out to my closest friends that I really hadn't really come out to, and they all knew, and they go, you know, we don't care, we love you for who you are. And I know that just kind of hit me like right in the feels, and I almost started crying and everything, but just goes to show like don't assume shit. And not, I mean, I understand not a lot of people have it as easy as I did coming out, but there's always still that like awkward topic of like people in denial of who you are. Like to this day my grandma still asks me if I have a girlfriend yet, and I'm just like, no I don't. But I think this was just like a learning experience all the way through for me, and you know, it taught me to not be afraid, I guess, in a sense. And since then, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna introduce myself as, hi, my name's Michael Morales and I'm gay. But if someone were to ask, or if it did come up in casual conversation, it's not something I'm hiding anymore. Not something I feel the need to hide, because I have now accepted it. And yeah. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.